Welcome to Art for Light. In this episode, we are going to learn how to varnish an oil painting. Now, why would you want to do this? What is the purpose for varnishing a painting? There are a couple of reasons. Let's take a look at this painting, for instance. I finished this painting a year ago, and now it's completely dry. However, you will notice that it's a very uneven surface. Some areas are still shiny, while others have become quite dull. So applying a varnish over the oil painting will first and foremost bring those colors back to life and make them look like they're really fresh once again. Secondly, it's going to give it a more uniform, even appearance instead of this like patchiness. Can you see it? The third reason is that it's actually going to protect the painting. Varnish is not only UV protection, but also will protect the painting from fingerprints, from dust, and so it will actually last much longer. For my painting, I will be using the Winsor & Newton Gloss Varnish. Now here is your very first tip. Be sure that your painting is completely dry. If this is an oil painting, you really want to wait about 6 to 12 months. This way, the painting is not only dry to the touch, but is totally cured. To illustrate this point, let's take a look at this old palette. It has oil paint that looks and feels dry to the touch. The thin areas are completely dry, but if you inspect closely, you'll notice that they are quite soft. There is still paint that hasn't been drying underneath. This is why it's very important that you do not apply a varnish until the painting has had a chance to totally cure. It's time to begin. Now, I recommend that you really dust off the surface, especially if the painting has been sitting around. Here's the tip. Use some tape or even a lint roller to go around and collect any dust, hair, or particles that have fallen. This painting has been sitting in the closet for a very long time. So, naturally, dust and particles have been collecting on there. There. I am really glad I did this. Notice all the particles that are stuck to the tape. You really want the painting to be absolutely flat. Then we're going to be wearing some gloves. In fact, I should really be wearing either dirty clothes or a smock, just in case. Okay, I have a really nice clean brush, a container or a plate in this case that I'm going to be pouring the varnish on, and some rags. Whether it's a cotton rag or whether it's an old shirt, either is fine. This is to absorb any excess that's just sitting on top of the painting. I'm going to pour a little bit of the varnish onto the plate. Then I'm going to apply a little bit at a time. Now against the light, you can really see the effect. The colors begin to come alive once again. Make sure that when you are doing this, you do not over rub, as that will create lots of bubbles. Also make sure that the brush is not shedding any hairs. If you do see any, just stop and pick them up immediately. When you're done, make sure that you completely let this sit overnight. In fact, move it to a dry spot or a closet for 24 hours. Now the brush, you have a couple of options. If you're doing multiple paintings, you can go on and just treat the next painting that you are doing. For example, I am ready to apply varnish onto this painting as well. It's always a good idea when you're doing one of these sessions that you prep your multiple paintings ahead of time so that you can get them done all in one sitting. Now, if you are not going to be varnishing any other paintings today, it is a good idea to take some saran wrap or aluminum foil and cover that brush so that you can use it in the future. If you want to thoroughly clean it, I recommend that you use some odorless paint thinner. to completely clean the brush. However, odorless paint thinners are very toxic, so you do have to be careful and don't ever dump them into the drain. Clean the brush and let it air dry. And there you have it. After 24 hours of drying, the varnish on this and the other paintings is all set. Now it's time to hang this painting up and enjoy it for many years to come. Thank you for watching, and see you again soon.